In the headlines, opposition leader Lennox Linton to seek leave from the court to appeal a $1 million judgment against him. A monopoly in the energy sector continues to have a positive impact on Domlec's bottom line as the company realizes $12 million in profit. And a critical road project in Glogomie expected to enhance the quality of life of farmers and other residents. I am Andrea Louis with the Channel 5 News, back with the details after this. Thank you for staying with us. We begin with this top story that in 3 weeks, political leader of the opposition United Workers' Party, Lennox Linton, is expected to seek leave to appeal a $1 million judgment against him. In her April 2017 judgment, High Court Judge Justice Bernie Stevenson struck out Linton's defense in a 2014 lawsuit brought against him by 18 members of cabinet. 26th May is the date granted to Linton's attorney, Gildan Richards, when the court will hear the application for leave to appeal. The statements considered defamatory came from Linton's address at a youth rally in May 2014. He told the Channel 5 News there are a number of areas in the judgment he expects to challenge. Linton describes the judgment as unfair. In other top stories, the Glogomie Road, which received some degree of attention in the past, is now being done in its entirety. Government has taken a deliberate decision to employ local contractors on that project to ensure the resources remain within the community.
You've seen the project start on the main road in Glogomie, right next to the bus stop. And we are going to do the entire village road for you. And this is a commitment that I've made as a power rep to ensure that the entire village road in Glogomie will be fixed and will be transformed, and we'll have better roads for us to drive on, for us to walk on. And this is not something that will happen. Work has actually begun. You've seen the concrete on the road. Some of you have already walked on it. And over the next few weeks, we will ensure that we complete that project for you, because it is important.
Earlier on, over $1.4 million was spent on an undermined section of the main highway near the school. Meantime, the Bells, Glogomie, Penrice, and Pawcassie residents are about to get connected to a $4 million water system. Residents will be connected free of charge. The Member of Parliament has also renewed his commitment to farmers in the Bells area to provide improved farm access roads.
We understand some of the challenges that you faced in the past, and that is why tremendous emphasis has been placed on the farm roads. And all of us recall after Erica, a number of farmers suffered because they could not have any access to their farms, just a distance away from where we are having this meeting. A section of the road collapsed. But we could not sit back and do nothing about it. And as your power rep, I ensured that we were able to cut a new road. And I must say that road is fully completed. It has been well done with proper drains so that the farmers who have their farms beyond that area now have full access again to their farms. The road in Stonehill, the Stonehill Road. It's a road that we have to do for the farmers in this community. And as a power rep, I give you the assurance that we will do this road for you to ensure that you can have better access to your farms.
Honorable Daru addressed the community at a town hall meeting on Thursday. Meantime, commercial or large-scale dashing farmers in Bells have been told to familiarize themselves with the market requirements. The Minister for Agriculture told the farmers at a town hall meeting on Thursday that they need to take advantage of the loan facility at the aid bank to meet high labor costs. But the minister also warned the farmers against ignoring the specific requirements of the marketplace. Farmers have had their dashing supplies rejected because they failed to harvest the crop based on the size stipulated by Dexia. The minister says farmers ought to know their market in order to produce for that market, and working more closely with hucksters and other buyers can make a big difference.
The market demands certain quality. As I said to you a while ago, the British market demands dashing of 3 to 7 pounds. Other markets are asking for 2 to 5 pounds. I need you, the farmer, to know your market. Know who you are producing for, the market that you're producing for, so that when your crops are ready for export, you will have much less rejects.
He says farmers should no longer see agriculture as a hobby and they must put in the time.
You have to see agriculture as a business. You have to approach agriculture as the main source of your income to maintain yourselves and your family. So therefore, it's not because you are your own supervisor that you should continue to cheat yourself. When a farmer goes to garden and he only spends 2 hours, he's actually robbing himself of a day's work because he's working for himself. He's self-employed. It's like going to work at one of the business places and giving them 2 hours work for a day's work. You would be cheating them at that time. But if you're going for only 2 hours on your farm, you are actually cheating your own self. So we want you to put a proper day's work in the farm, like you used to do before. Growing up as a child, every farm had a fireside. You don't have to have a fireside today. You can cook from home and work with your meals. But you have to stop and take your lunch break on your farm. You have to stop. If you go to the farm early, you have to go with your breakfast. And stop and take 15 minutes for your breakfast. Because you're already in your farm early. Doesn't make sense to go up to the farm with nothing to eat. And before it's 9 o'clock, you have to go back home.
Let's move on to the energy sector, where General Manager of Dominica's sole electricity company, Bertilia Mackenzie, is crediting a $12 million profit to the sterling performance of dedicated staff. According to DOMLEC's 2016 annual report, its profit before tax was $17.26 million, with a net profit of $12.88 million after taxes. That reflects a 5% increase in profits when compared to that of 2015. The company's performance for 2016 was reported to shareholders at its AGM on Wednesday. DOMLEC's General Manager, Bertilia Mackenzie, told Channel 5 News on Friday a customer survey conducted by an independent body indicated that their quality of service improved from 69% in 2014 to 81% in 2016.
I say, and as I said to the shareholders, that I attribute the success to the employees who worked very hard towards achieving DOMLEC's objectives, DOMLEC's strategic and operational objectives. What we found is that we had also 4.6% increase in our sales. So it means to say that our customers consumed more electricity in 2016 than they did in 2015. So that's also one of the factors that would have contributed to the increased profitability, but also our expenses decreased as well.
On the issue of the hike in electricity sales, Mackenzie noted that one of the reasons could be because of several ongoing government projects. The company's fuel costs also decreased in 2016 because of the reduced price of fuel and to the company's high hydro production.
Our reliability improved by 42%. You see, all of these metrics are not things that you can say that are false. These are things that can be verified.
Since Imera Incorporated came on board as your majority shareholder, has anything changed to improve that level of management within the company?
Definitely. One of the things that Imera is, they have a lot of standards, they have a lot of safe food practices, they have a lot of standard operating procedures that they've shared with us and we have now been able to utilize. It's not that Domlec did not have operating procedures, but it has become enhanced.
In other news, relations between Cuba and the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, is poised to further deepen as both sides continue to dialogue on trade between their markets. Cuban ambassador to Dominica, His Excellency Juan Carlos Frometa de la Rosa, says recent visits between the OECS and Cuba are resulting in favorable dialogue.
In this new, let us say, environment, when we are involved in a process to normalize the relation with U.S., so we also want to expand our relation with the OECS members. Also, we are preparing a mission, OECS mission to Cuba. Also, some people from Cuba will come to the OECS headquarters in San Lucia in order to continue this, developing this idea, to see the way how we can increase our economic collaboration.
Despite the positive discourse between the two, De La Rosa says there are some obstacles with getting products into each other's markets.
One of the problems is the transportation. So you know that internal transportation in Caribbean is not good, let us say. And the other thing is the capacity in case of Cuba, because Cuba has 11 million persons. So when Cuba buy for 11 million persons, so it's not to buy 2 or 3 containers. And then sometimes the capacity of the Caribbean is small. We have to talk and to see what is the best way to improve this economic relation.
Cuba is well known for its advancements in the medical field, one of its main exports to the OECS.
In Dominica, in Cuba, in all Caribbean countries, there are many diabetic people. And this sick produce the ulcer food. So sometimes you have to cut the legs of the people. So we have in Cuba one product that avoid to do that. So we apply that product, and this product, let us say, produce a new skin. So we have one project, it's only one project, to a pilot project, we had to say, to introduce this medicine in Dominica. So we are working on it with the government, but it's let us say, a secret that everybody knows.
Coming up, what one company here is doing to achieve world-class safety by 2020. That and more when we return. Welcome back. Dominican fishermen may soon be able to benefit from a regional insurance plan for fisherfolk. This, according to CNFO's liaison officer, Dominican Earl George. The recently formed Caribbean Network of Fisherfolk Organizations, CNFO, is part of the Caribbean Regional Fisheries Mechanism, CRFM, which looks after the interests of fishermen in the region. At a recent meeting of CFRM in Jamaica, George disclosed that insurance for the fishermen was top on the agenda.
And out of that meeting, they discussed the insurance for fishermen, and they said that they have been in contact with an American company, and they said that things are looking well on the way in getting the insurance for the fishers. From what I understood and what I comment from the secretariat of the CRFM, that it looks okay, and I think it's favorable, and it will be on stream very soon.
The CNFO liaison officer also encouraged the fishermen to join fishing cooperatives for their growth and for the development of their craft.
What we're encouraging fishermen to do is to join cooperatives. We are encouraging fishermen from different communities to join a cooperative close to where they live or where they stay. There's a lot of incentive, they get a lot of training, they get about to do a lot of fish exchange where you get different ideas. You know, like we have exchange in St. Vincent, we have exchange in Montserrat. All the Caribbean countries come together with senior fishermen and they discuss and they share ideas and the experience to make fishing very easier for us in the Caribbean.
George pointed out that in the 6-month existence of the CNFO, Dominican fishermen have already begun to reap benefits from the organization.
The CNFO works in hand with ECMAN. ECMAN is a country donor, and they have formed a MPA at Portsmouth, and they have also given back to fishermen where they have FAD. FAD is really fishing attracting device where fishermen would just take the boat, their engine, just go out and go straight to the FAD and fish. It makes fishing easier. They attract the fish stays along there. Also, there's a tackle shop that the CNF and the ECMAN has put on stream for the Portsmouth cooperative. Portsmouth fishermen no longer have to come all the way to Roseau to buy their baits and to buy their fishing gears. It's right in their foot right now at Portsmouth.
A new drug and alcohol policy and a proposed safety passport are among the measures at DOMLEC to achieve world-class safety by 2020. The Dominica Electricity Services Limited launched its activities for Health and Safety Month on Friday, where its boss announced that the company is intensifying efforts at achieving world-class safety.
One of our strategic objectives over the past few years has been to achieve world-class safety by 2020. And so our employees understand that world-class safety is one of our key goals. And what does that mean, though? It refers to zero safety incidents by 2020, DOMLEC. We recognize that to be able to achieve this, we need to promote a proactive safety culture.
The company's human resource is boasting of record low injuries on the job as part of its thrust towards a safety culture.
To put our success into context, I wish to report that in 2016, DOMLEC recorded the lowest ever all-injury frequency rate of 0.39 as compared to 1.21 in 2015 and 1.71 in 2014. The proactive reporting system was implemented to identify substandard acts or conditions in the workplace which may have the potential of resulting in an accident.
She says management has acknowledged the need to add more initiatives to its agenda on its way to world-class safety by 2020.
It is with this in mind that the company will be embarking on new initiatives, such as the Safety Leadership Passport, which enables managerial and supervisory staff to be integrally involved in the health and safety programs. Our contractor safety program is being implemented with the aim of ensuring that all contractors who undertake work for the company are in compliance with the safety training programs and are operating at the same safety level as our employees, thus ensuring contractor safety.
And wrapping things up on the music industry now, where President of the Association of Music Professionals, McCarthy Marie, has encouraged music entrepreneurs to organize themselves to qualify for financing under a new special loan facility. Marie agrees that those who take the music business seriously, not just performers, should stand a chance at receiving assistance from the Aid Bank.
Throughout the Caribbean, I've seen tons of consultancies. They basically all come back and say, there are lots of music, but no business. So I would say, in terms of describing the person who should access the loan, I prefer to describe the person as a music business entrepreneur, who might be a musician, but he need not be a musician. So somebody who wants to set up a music publishing company, for example, doesn't have to know how to play music, but he knows how the music publishing business works, and then he will work with songwriters and musicians to exploit the musical works created. So the person might be a musician, but he primarily, when he comes here, he doesn't come in here with his guitar to show you how well he can play. He comes here with his documents to show you how good a business person he is and how he can make the money to pay back the loan that he's asking for.
Maurice says he would recommend the bank's staff undergo some training to better prepare them for disbursement of the loans.
We are at the point where we've started discussing putting on a program especially for the aid bank staff, particularly those who are identified as the loan officers who will be receiving the applications and evaluating them. If you're going to be lending money to people in a business and you have no idea how it works, you cannot evaluate the person's business proposal because you can't see how the money will work. You have to depend more or less solely on his input to decide to lend him what he asked for, lend him a larger amount, a smaller amount, etc.
That's news. Your sports highlights next with Kenny Williams.
First up in sports, Vice President of West Indies Cricket Board, Emmanuel Linton, says the Windies' third test in Dominica comes at the right time since all eyes will be on the series deciding match. Recently, West Indies leveled the series 1-1 against Pakistan to win the second test by 106 runs.
I think cricket, as it's always been said, is a game of glorious uncertainties. It's a game with lots of highs and lots of lows. And of course, the passion we have in cricket as cricket followers, as cricket enthusiasts, we always ride different ways. We like people who ride the surfboards out there. And the team went out and performed well over 5 days. And came out victorious. Won this match by 100 and something runs, over 100 runs, 106 runs, as you mentioned. So if you were not looking today, you missed it. West Indies won the game, came out and fought hard. A hard fight, bowled out Pakistan for 81 runs, and excited here. And then all eyes now are glued to Dominica. All the commentators, all the fans, everybody's looking at Dominica. What's going to happen in Dominica next Wednesday?
Yeah. He says things are moving smoothly ahead of the West Indies versus Pakistan test here.
They have dismounted the big scoreboard, right. That was the electronic scoreboard, and a brand new one has been put in place. And the government just bought this new scoreboard at the cost of $1.1 million. So that's been installed. I was told that it will be ready for the game that starts next week, Wednesday. The government spent over $1 million again changing the roof at the stadium. Right. So there's brand new covering, new galvanization, new roofing at Windsor Park Stadium. Painting and power washing started. The dressing rooms have been cleaned and so on. The nets have been rolled today. Windsor Park look in tip-top shape. Dominica is going to be the decider. Whether Pakistan is going to win the first series in the Caribbean or not is going to be decided in Dominica. Will the series draw 1-1? Will the series be 2-1 for West Indies? Or will the series be 2-1 for Pakistan? No. 2-1, West Indies, Dominica.
Meantime, 3 matches are scheduled in the leagues of the Dominica Cricket Association on the weekend. On Saturday, Point Michelle Cricket Academy will do battle with Maho United at Soufriere, while over at Botanic Gardens, preparations for the Windward Islands tournament continues with a trial match. On Sunday, the action continues at Botanic Gardens with Gladiator Sports Club and Somerset Sports Club going head-to-head. These matches are scheduled to begin at 10 in the morning. Moving on to football, we can tell you that the Northeast District defeated the North to become the district champions of the 2017 NBD Primary Schools Championships on Friday. Amiel Gilbert scored the lone goal for the Northeast to help his team win 1-0 against the East. Meanwhile, speaking at the prize-giving ceremony, sports coordinator Trevor Shillingford said the competition has been yielding fruit over the years.
And over the years, we are quite happy to report that we continue to see an increase in the levels of participation in football at the primary schools level. Years ago at the sports division when we started, we would realize 6 or 5 teams or schools participating in this competition. But following the the input of the National Bank of Dominica, we are seeing a steady increase in participation. Since in the earlier part of this championship, we would realize that the champion teams would come from the urban areas, that is the schools around Roseau. But today, we are now realizing that the champion teams are coming from the out districts.
Meantime, Dominica Grammar School has booked a spot in the final of the DFA Sports Division Secondary School Girls League by defeating Isaiah Thomas Secondary 4-1 on Thursday. Naomi Defoe netted twice for DGS, with Ariel Royers and Jean Seraphine scoring one each. Shirnice Joseph scored the lone goal for ITSS. Meanwhile, one change has been made to the fixtures in the DFA Domlec Women's League. The match between Mao Soka Strikettes and West Coast Jaguars, scheduled for Benjamin's Park on Saturday, will be played on Sunday at the Stock Farm Complex at 4 p.m, while defending champions New India Goodwill Runners will be taking on Dive Dominica Harlem United on Saturday at the Stock Farm Complex at 4. Moving on to basketball, where Dominica State College and Portsmouth Secondary had to settle for one championship per school in the 2017 Sports Division Secondary Schools Under-20 Basketball Championships on Thursday. In Game 1, Portsmouth Secondary copped the girls' title by defeating Dominica State College 52-42. Top scorers for PSS were Kaylee Clark, 20 points, with 10 from Cash Maluk and Unique Powell, 8 points. For DSC, Kyla Winston had a game high of 23 points, while Romelcia Phillip chipped in with 12.
To tell you the truth, I think we are the better team, and we won because we were the better team. Having said that, I believe we didn't play our best game. We had a lot more to do. Our offense wasn't correct, but we won, and I'm happy about winning. And just for history's sake, PSS have won, let's say, 3 out of the last 4. So this one will make it 4 out of the last 5. So just the trophy feel comfortable in Portsmouth. So we just took it back home, so bring it where it rightly belongs. The girls trying to give me a heart attack, that's the truth. Because 2 games in a row we're doing the same thing. We're falling back in the first quarter, and then we're coming back in the rest of the game. I feel we should have led the game from the beginning, but the girls were just, I get taking the game easy, and I tried to crack the whip, but they were not responding, but hopefully they came on in the second half and we won the game.
Today was a hard-fought loss for us. We tried our best. We ended up losing against a very physical Portsmouth team. You know, Portsmouth always a hard competition for us. They play tough, they play foul a lot, and the aggressive play ended up winning, helping them to win this game today. They played with a lot more energy than us today, I can say that. They played with a lot more effort, and that's something we had some issues with. I'm not sure it was the sun. My players had some struggle in the weather, but all in all, they just had more win. They wanted it more than us today, and you could see that on their faces. They had more passion today. That's something we struggled with today. And I don't know what's the reason, but they came with it, and we didn't.
Meantime, in the male game, Dominica State College came back with a vengeance to take a 71-52 win against PSS in the final game. For State College, JV Bellot scored a game high of 22, while Joshua Henderson chipped in with 11 and Nathan 9. In a losing effort for PSS, Troy Brooks added 11, while Dante Xavier came in with 10. In related sports, the Trailblazers 2 bested Fashion Line Falcons 2 in action from the 2017 Flow DABA League on Thursday. For the Blazers, we had Jason Lee with 19 points, 3 rebounds, and Nigel Morrow, 11 points, 3 rebounds. For Falcons, Ronnie Maglaw added 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists, and Kiefer Francis chipped in with 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. The league continues on Saturday with Paybush Snipers and 767 Sports Club going head-to-head in the under-17 category at 7. At 9, it will be Detroit Blazers versus E.H. Charles crossover. Both games carded for Massac Hard Court. On Sunday, the women will battle each other when Lady Falcons will travel north to take on double OPSS Washers at 6. Following that match is with the men's category. It will be Intellico Security Raiders versus PSC Falcons 1 at 8 p.m. That's all the sporting highlights for now. I am Kenny Williams. Join us next time.
Your weekend weather forecast is next.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to tonight's weather broadcast. I will be your presenter for this evening, Farah Rock. Today, weak and stable conditions was a dominant feature affecting weather conditions across Dominica and the rest of the islands of the Eastern Caribbean, resulting in cloudy to overcast skies across Dominica as well as over the islands of the Eastern Caribbean, and also resulted in some shower activity. Earlier radar imagery indicated a concentration of shower activity across Dominica as well as over in the Caribbean Sea, and some showers scattered across the Lesser Antilles. The weather tonight is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy with some scattered showers, and these conditions will persist into tomorrow. Therefore, persons in areas prone to flooding, landslides, and falling rocks, you are asked to exercise caution. The marine forecast will see conditions will be moderate, and waves are expected to peak up to 7 feet. The 3-day forecast tomorrow, Saturday, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with some scattered showers. A relative improvement is expected on Sunday, partly cloudy skies with a few brief showers, and once again on Monday it will return to partly cloudy to cloudy skies with a few scattered showers. The Caribbean forecast, well, the northern portion of the Lesser Antilles can expect partly cloudy skies with some showers, while the rest of the Lesser Antilles can expect partly cloudy to cloudy skies with some showers. On the international scene, well, thunderstorm activity expected in the city of Caracas. Cloudy skies expected across London. Some cloudy conditions with some showers expected over in the city of New York, while Miami and Beijing will enjoy some beautiful sunny skies. Tomorrow, the sun will rise at 5:39 a.m. and will set at 6:25 p.m. For more information, you could always visit our website at weather.gov.dm or call our weather hotline at 447-5555. Join us next time for your next weather broadcast. Thank you for viewing.
To end the news, the headlines again. Opposition leader Lennox Linton to seek leave from the court to appeal a $1 million judgment against him. A monopoly in the energy sector continues to have a positive impact on Dominic's bottom line as the company realizes $12 million in profit. And a critical road project in Glogomie expected to enhance the quality of life of farmers and other residents. Feel free to contact us at news@marpin2k4.com. You can also access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Andrea Louis, and to all of our viewers around the world, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful weekend.